Chris Emery works as a nightclub singer and dancer in the British colony of Trinidad and Tobago. One night after her performance she receives news from Inspector Smythe and Anderson, a member of the American consulate, that her husband Neil has been found dead. She is comforted by Neil's friend Max Fabian. Initially, the police conclude that Neil committed suicide based on his gunshot wound and the discovery of a pistol at the crime scene. But on further investigation, they believe that he was murdered. Smythe and Anderson take Chris into confidence and inform her that Neil's boat was seen outside Fabian's property at the time of Neil's murder. Chris learns that Fabian is a crook who has built his fortune by trading information and aiding in treason, and that Neil could have been murdered because of his involvement in Fabian's latest project to allow Nazis launch rockets from Trinidad to attack the United States. Chris agrees to exploit Fabian's love for her to gather information for the police. Neil's brother Steve Emery arrives in Trinidad at the request of his late brother, who had written to him about a prospective job. Steve is shocked to learn that Neil committed suicide shortly after writing to him and sets out to investigate matters on his own. After the inquest, Chris and Steve spend time together and she begins to fall in love with him. But she cannot reveal her motive behind getting friendly with Fabian. At a party of Fabian's estate, Steve recognizes Walters as a man who sat next to him on his flight to Trinidad and became agitated at the mention of his brother's name. Since Walters' portion of research has been completed, Fabian judges him a liability and has him killed by a hit-and-run driver. This increases the authorities' suspicion of him. As Chris inches closer to discovering the truth about Fabian, Steve gathers proof of Fabian's involvement in Neil's death, leading to a climactic showdown. During the struggle for a gun, Fabian is accidentally shot in the stomach. Sensing his wound might prove fatal, he orders his accomplices to take the secrets and leave him behind. But local authorities have surrounded the estate and they are either killed or captured. Steve finishes Fabian off in a climactic gunfight. And with Chris cleared, they leave for Chicago.